Welcome back to all my friends on the other side of the screen. My Ghost Out is back with you, and today I want to talk about a very sneaky ghost. I want to talk about these ghosts that one second you are okay, but then next second you are so angry. It's like eating you from inside out, and then you don't know why and how they come, but you have all this anger that is consuming you from inside. And yes, you cannot stand anybody, you cannot stand anybody, you cannot stand any situation, you cannot even stand your own soul because the anger is eating you inside. And then you're wondering where's all this anger coming from? I was okay 3 minutes ago. Right now I'm hating everyone, I'm hating you and you. And I'm hating the 500 subscribers that I have in my channel right now. Did I just say 500? Yeah! We have 500 subscribers. I said 2 videos ago that we wanted to achieve this milestone in 1 more month. But we are already there, so we are exceeding every expectation. That's thanks to you. I am really happy that we have achieved the 500 subscribers, so we did it together. But anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, I hate you all. The 500 of you, I hate you. You know why? Because I give everything that I am. All my heart in these videos every week. And do you watch my video? Do you watch that? No, you don't watch my video. And that is why I am so angry. That is why you know what? This is what I say when I give everything that I am for every video, and you don't appreciate what I do for you. You don't appreciate.
Hey, Andrea, cálmate.
No me calmo. I give everything that I am for you, and then every week I'm like, this video is going to be amazing.
Cálmate, Andrea, no lo hagas así.
Every week. You know why? That is why I get to hate you. That is why I think you don't deserve anything that I do. And you know what you deserve? You deserve to be. You deserve.
Calma. Ya estás más tranquilo. Estás más tranquilo. Calmado. ¿Ya?
Sí, ya. Y como les decía, gracias David, esta semana vamos a estar hablando del fantasma del odio. Yes, we'll be speaking about the ghost of hate. How does it come to our life? How does it happen? Is it so fast? Is it a process? Stay with me if you want to know about these ghosts, and I'll see you right after the intro. How do I know that I hate someone or I hate something? How do I know that I just don't like that person, or I just don't like that situation, or that something? Maybe it's not hate, it's just I strongly dislike. Well, as I mentioned before the intro, getting to hate someone, it's not something that happens in 1 second. It is a process that certainly for some people goes faster, for others goes slower, but I think it would be a really good thing for all of us to know what that process is, so that we are able to stop it on time. I would like you to picture this in the way of a ladder. Each step could be sort of like a stage in that process of getting to hate someone, which would be reaching the highest step of the ladder. This is the way we are going to divide today's video so that it's easier for you to understand this process. Keeping in mind that getting to the point where you hate someone or something would be the top of the ladder. The ghost of hate, like I've mentioned before in most of my past videos, is a ghost that gets born sometimes when we are little children. An event or a series of events that very young that develop our personality with a tendency of hating people, hating situations. However, I started video saying that this is a very sneaky ghost because it has something a little bit different to all the others that I've talked about so far. And is that this ghost has the potential to be born easily right now in our adult lives. Let's analyze each step one by one, starting with hurt, which is the first step that takes you to the ghost of hate. I would say that this first step is when someone or something happened that somehow touched, somehow bothered, or somehow made uncomfortable, or somehow it hurt your feelings or your ego or your personality or who you are in general. Let's notice that it's not always an attack with the intention of hurting you. Let's give one example with a criticism to your person, but maybe it was given to you in the wrong way, in the wrong tone, in the wrong time, by the wrong person, and instead of helping you, you got hurt. If you are able to cope with this event, if you were able to overcome whatever was said to you or whatever was done to yourself, and you say, you know what, I'll take this as an opportunity to better myself as a person. I'll take this as an opportunity to see whatever they are saying or whatever they did to me as a great chance to make myself a little bit better using what they told me. It would be amazing if we all were able to do that all the time that we get hurt. But being honest, that's not what happens all the time. Most of the times, I would say, we take it the other way. That's when the hurt is way bigger and surpasses our ability to see an opportunity for growth or for self-improvement in this that just happened. Let's say that this event or whatever we were told that hurt us was said by the right person at the right time, in the right tone, in a good way, and still we were not able to cope with it. We were not able to accept it. We were somehow not ready for it. Still, this is going to create what we call the first step, hurt. And then we are going to end up climbing to the second step, which is, and as I mentioned before at the beginning, anger is a very normal feeling in every human being every time that we get hurt by someone. Even sometimes when we accept the criticism or when we are able to cope with whatever happened that hurt us, it's normal that at the beginning we will feel a little bit angry. It's almost impossible to say that after we've been hurt, we're not going to be feeling at least a little bit of anger. And sometimes even this anger is toward ourselves. Sometimes because we understand that whatever we were told or whatever happened, we deserved it somehow. Or yes, we were guilty. Or we get to the point where we accept that yes, the criticism was correct. We were wrong. However, if you are not able to get it under control, if you're not able to forgive yourself, forgive others for whatever happened, then this is going to take you, instead of the path of healing, it's going to take you to the third step that takes you to the ghost of hate, which is resentfulness. And I once read that someone referred to resentfulness as the poison that you drink yourself, thinking that you are going to hurt somebody else. And somehow it's true. Resentfulness is like a dagger that it's right there stuck in your heart, making you bleed. And the longest that you decide to leave it there because you think you have the right to be resentful, because you think it was not your fault and you're expecting for the other person to come and say that he or she is sorry. Remember, the one that is bleeding is you. The one that drank the poison, it's you. The one that is going to end up with the damage. Who is that? You. Also remember, in the prior step, you were the one who decided not to stop the process right there. You were the one who decided not to go toward the path of forgiveness, toward the path of self-improvement and forget about everything that happened and try to become someone better. You were the one who decided to climb another step towards the ghost of hate. This one is now resentfulness. Now you are losing control. Now you are not deciding that much what is the next step going to be. So I'm sorry, but I have to tell you, you are the one who put yourself in this position. You are the one who is deciding. Don't blame anybody else. Don't blame the others. Don't even blame the one who hurt you. You are here because you decided to continue to climb that ladder. Listen to this truth very closely. I mean, closer. Closer? Okay, that was way too much. Okay, yeah, that's perfect now. Listen. The fact that they hurt you, the fact that someone hurt you, doesn't make them responsible for stopping you climbing that ladder. The one who decides how many steps is going to go up is you. So don't try to blame them because they hurt you. You are responsible for stopping the process towards hate. So ask yourself this question. Are you going to continue climbing the steps towards hate, or are you going to slow down, stop, think, and go down the steps? You may not listen to this advice, and you may just continue to let your feelings grow. You may just continue to follow the way you are feeling. However, I would say it's better to stop, because if you continue to let your feelings guide this process, it'll just take you to the next step. What is that step? It's number 4, bitterness. And now, in this step, it's getting way harder for you to control the next step. Now it's getting harder for you to think you're getting out of control right now. You spend most of your day thinking about what happened, and you keep feeding bad feelings inside you. When you think again, or when you are telling someone about what happened, you get super upset again. It's almost like you are reliving whatever happened. It's like you are boiling inside. And if you pass by this person, if you see this person from far away, you get so angry again. Like it gets worse. All these that I've mentioned, those are symptoms. Those are probably ways that you will know that you are growing bitterness inside you. Now you don't want to be even close where this person is. Obviously, you don't want to talk to that person. You don't want to solve anything. You don't want them to come to you and talk about it. When you go to bed, the last thing you do in the day is just think about what happened and think about this person and how much they bothered you and how much they hurt you and how upset you are. You have almost no intention of solving the issue. That means that you haven't let go. And at this point, you just want to sort of see that other person suffering somehow, like pain what they did to you. You just want to see it from far away so that you can enjoy that. Your heart now is getting poisoned to the point where the people around you are suffering, to the point where you're not able to deliver the same positive energy that perhaps you used to deliver before. Now the people around you are suffering. You're changing in your character. Now they are expecting a new you that they don't like. That is making them suffer. You are not as happy as you were before. You are getting upset for everything easier, and that is because you have this open agenda. That's because you have this problem with this person that you haven't solved just because you didn't stop it soon enough. And obviously when you spend time in this step, probably you are going to jump to step number 5, which is malice. This is getting way serious now. Now that you are on the 5th step of this ladder, you are not only thinking that they should suffer to pay you for what they did to you, now you are also planning on how to make that happen. Now you are thinking, well, it would be fair if God or karma or life or destiny, however you want to call it, would give them a lesson, a very hard lesson, so that they can repent and they can come to me asking for forgiveness for what they did. Not only you were thinking that that would be fair, now you are planning how you can give a hand to God or life or whatever for that to happen. Now you want to cooperate for that to happen. You want to take action. Actually, this is the first step where you want to start taking action against that person. You have just passed from the other 4 steps where you've been thinking and where you've been growing in feelings inside of you to a step where it's a little bit more dangerous because now you are getting ready. Now you're in this position to do something to make that person pay for what they did to you in your perspective. It could go from something simple like telling the people where you function, your group of friends, what that person did to you in a position of a victim and from your perspective, so that the rest of the group starts seeing that person as the one who is at fault. So somehow you're turning the group against that person. So if you realize, we could start talking about what we call revenge on this step. Obviously, a lot of people go way beyond that, and they could get to a point when they could harm or do something where they could physically hurt this other person. Others just try to find ways to shame them in public. That's enough for them. Others just start gossiping and saying false testimony about that person. Other people plan or do whatever it takes to attempt against the happiness or against the success of this other person. Now you are in a cold way, maliciously thinking how to make this person suffer, how to make them ashamed, how to make them cry for what they have done to you. Now you have this urge of seeing their pain and their suffering and their shame. And obviously it doesn't end here. There's the 6th step, which is obviously the ghost of hate itself. This is when you start hating that person. Once you go to this point, getting back, it's practically impossible. There's not much to explain about this stage. Just a few facts that it would be good to mention. Once you are here, it requires like something huge and a very dramatic event to take you, wake you up out of this stage where you are hating them. Now, because you hate them, if they come and ask for forgiveness to you, their misery, their sadness, their failure, their public shame, whatever it is not enough for you. It doesn't satisfy you enough. Now you want them to pay with some sort of death. And it doesn't have to be always like them dying, which sometimes, and it obviously happens a lot, but it also could be you willing and wanting someone that they love to die so that they suffer. I know you might be thinking, this is so dramatic, this is way too much, but does it happen or not? The fact that you haven't got to this stage doesn't mean that there's no possibility for it to happen. If you don't think so, just look around you and see how much this is happening in our world today. Look at it this way. As soon as you are not able to get over the 2nd stage and you continue to step number 3, which is resentfulness, you are already being controlled by the one who is on top on the step number 6, which is hate. You are already being influenced by the ghost of hate. And what is its purpose? To bring you up all the way. As soon as you are not able to let go in step number 2, you are already experiencing some feelings that are deeply related to the ghost of hate. Think that as soon as you start getting step number 3, resentfulness, this ghost is controlling you somehow and pulling you closer and closer to it. Closer so that you lose the ability to decide for yourself and you start letting your emotions and your feelings decide for you. And then it'll come its happiness and your regret, your sadness. So that's why my advice is, if you've been hurt, don't hold on to it. Let go. Move on. And how to do that? Well, obviously here I am bringing you some tools that will help you. So listen up. Number 1, remember that resentfulness is a poison that you are drinking yourself. thinking that you are going to hurt the other person, but at the end it's hurting you. Think that after you go to step number 2 and you let go and you start forgiving, then you are the one who is moving forward to a better you. Try to talk to that person and try to, in a humble way, explain to them your pain. Perhaps they will ask for forgiveness, and that'll be the end of the situation. Accept that perhaps what they told you or what they did to you at some point or somehow it was your fault. Maybe you were the one who was wrong. Accept that. Perhaps it wasn't said to you in the best way. It doesn't matter. Take it the best way, because at the end, it is the possibility for you to grow. It is the possibility for you to move forward and become something better. Understand that criticism is not always bad. Even when it's presented to you in a bad way, at the end, who is the one who is going to improve in that specific area? Who is the one who is going to become a little bit better? That's you. So no matter what, criticism is giving you the opportunity to always be the winner. Also, if whatever you were told or whatever they did to you, that person did to you, was not fair, that's okay. You know what? Remember, revenge is not going to make you feel better. It will not. You know that? You feel that it will. And you know why? Because that is hate telling you, yes, revenge is the way. It'll make you feel better. Why it says that? Because it wants you to lose control so it can do whatever it wants with you. And finally, remember, at the end of that path, what will you find? Remorse, more sadness, more pain, regret, and even guilt. Is that where you want to go? Is that what you want to feel? And here is a bonus for you at the end of the video. Once you get to step number 2, these 4 techniques will help you calm down and feel better. Technique number 1, relaxation. Breathe in and out. Count 1 to 10, 1 to 100. Think about a beautiful scenario that relaxes you, like the beach, or beautiful sunset, or mountains and a waterfall, something that relaxes you before you go and talk to that person. Technique number 2, it will be cognitive restructuring. Now that you are a little bit relaxed and you are calmed down, now you need to start restructuring the way you think about this person. Try to think about the good times that you've lived together. Try to think about good things about this person. Times where this person has helped you. And if you don't know the person at all, even better. Think, why should I fight with someone that I don't even know? Technique number 3, it's problem solving. Instead of thinking about the person of the ones who is guilty, think about what the problem is. How can I solve this problem? What is the root of this problem? Why this person talked to me that way? What could I have done to take that person to that point where they talk to me like that, or they did that to me? So try to think about the problem and how to solve it, instead of thinking who is guilty, if you or the other person. And technique number 4 is communication. As I mentioned before, go and talk to them. Express that you are feeling bad. Express that you didn't like what they did or what they said. And you'll see that you'll be able to get to a point where you find a resolution between you and the other person. And that's it for today, my friends. I hope today's video helped you somehow. I hope that I gave you the tools for you to identify as soon as you get into the second step, and you have the ways to get out of there. Let me know in the comments down below if you are experiencing right now a situation where you've been hurt. Let me know down below what is the stage or what is the step that you think you are in right now. Maybe I'll be able to help you somehow. Maybe you think you've gone way too far. Perhaps as a community we can help each other and we can figure it out. Perhaps you are just starting the second step and we can give you some tools or some ideas. So just talk to me, let me know in the comments section down below, where are you in the process, so that we can figure this out together. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, how dare you? Why haven't you subscribed? That is the problem, and that is how I say that I hate you. Why? If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I would recommend that you could do that. Every Monday I will be uploading content that may help you to face the ghost that we are all dealing with. If you are dealing with any ghost, that is your problem. Because I've done 6 videos already, 6 videos talking about different other problems, and that is why, you know why you're facing that? Because you haven't seen those videos. I am leaving you the iCard right here so that you can click on it and see how you can face those ghosts. If you are dealing with any ghost at all, just remember, talk to Mr. Diaz so that we together can take all of those ghosts